Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures, and it's Friday, which means we bring to you yet another obscurity in literature. And I have to thank Mr. Zander Cannon and the lovely folks at Oni Press for having to make me really clean my frickin' table, because this book that we're going to look at today is absolutely massive. And if you can't read the title, it says Kaijumax. Now, I'm somewhat familiar with Zander Cannon's works, and this is a bit of a departure in terms of style, but it is a style that I absolutely enjoy. I have got some hardcore tokusatsu kaiju credentials, and while this book is full of all sorts of in-jokes and homages, you don't need to be up on the absolute latest, Toei or Tsuburaya shows in order to really enjoy this. Like I said, though, it's big. Not only is it hefty in terms of page numbers, it's 300 something, I believe. Yeah, like 350 or so. But the size of the book as well, grabbing a regular, normal-sized comic, not the most normal comic. I was going to grab Copra. I'm going to do another video on Copra one of these days. I just finished all of the books up to Image, but that's a whole different story. Anyway, you can see here, just the size alone, you got to dig the chompy teeth, right? It's big, and I do like the fact that we've got the nice sewn-in bookmark for somebody like me who is constantly reading these types of books in various places. It's handy to have. I cannot read most of the kanji, but then again, not all of these names are in kanji. You'll notice there is what looks to be, I want to say Thai. I know there's a Korean character. Yep, there he is. Can't remember everybody's names. Most of these are important characters, but this is actually the year one book. We have some nice artwork there. 13 inches high, breathing high fire, its head in the sky. I'm getting myself sick. Anyway, you've got, your Gamera homage, Rodan, Radon, whatever you want to call it, giant robo, smog monsters, cryptids. So actually, that's what's kind of neat. So as the name may imply, Kaijumax, this is a maximum penitentiary for kaiju. It's like Monster Island, and we have all kinds of interesting, like I said, homages of various sorts. And I love their oh my god, oh my goj. So there's, like I was saying, all sorts of in-jokes. I want to say this is like the first 12 chapters or so. And the prison itself is kind of divided up into various gangs and factions, kind of mirroring a lot of like real life prison gangs, broken down by race. And here we have, what were they? They have the J-Pops, which were the Japanese kind of classic kaiju. You have the Cryptid Brotherhood, which is where we have our Jersey Devil Chupacabra guys going. We have the Nation of Mecha, which is where all the robot kaiju go. So it's kind of a fun take on that. Somebody described this book to me as a bit of a kaiju take on Orange is the New Black. And to me, that really isn't the case. Orange is the New Black is a bit more comedic, whereas this, to me, was straight up like Oz. And one thing that's worth mentioning here is literally almost every single page of the entire book, we've got liner notes going into the details. I love the workout yard, lifting cargo ships, treadmill with the smashing buildings, bench pressing with giant skyscrapers. Fun stuff. Everybody has their own slang in this. The slang is some fun homage stuff. I want to say this guy, they actually, Canon designed him as an homage to Gyango from the original Ultraman lineup. And of course, the prison guards, prison wardens are very much in the vein of Ultraman, the science teams, all the various human teams for that matter. Instead of drugs, he's hooking them up with damsels. That's totally Dada's head right there. That looks like... Oh, Ultraman Belial. I was like, I had to think about that for a sec. Just some fun monster designs. And as somebody who grew up watching, enjoying, and adoring kaiju in all their various rubbery forms, this book is awesome. And if you enjoy prison dramas, you got a lot of that going on too. You've got the typical shower scenes, you've got the corrupt prison guards, all the gangs conniving with each other, the misguided doctor hooking up with the inmate. Oh, where is it? Somewhere we even have homage to what I always felt, there he is, my favorite Godzilla movie, Revenge of Godzilla, or Godzilla's Revenge. The one with the daydreaming boy with Minya in his little short shorts, who imagines himself on Monster Island. Absolutely love it. That, honestly, as I've gotten older, has become one of my favorite Godzilla movies. Which is strange, but it is. All the various monsters, up to no good. Interesting thing as well is that you've got a lot of family dynamics with relatives of kaiju, non-kaiju relatives coming to visit, dealing with life outside of prison. One of the main character's siblings, who Zander Cannon just had to throw in what was it, Guardian mode? Is that what they called the Gearwalk? I don't remember. So yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but there are all sorts of politics, all sorts of drama, all sorts of pathos of the various characters. We have, when we go back in, one of the characters remembering the Gamera stand-in, just like the original Gamera movie was in black and white. And he was not so nice back then. And that is straight up out of the one in the bad guy spaceship in what was it? Virus. They even have the white kid showing up. Rudy Toot Toot talks in nothing but catchphrases. Oh, and I guess I'll have one more little section here where they're trying to go underground and stay out of sight, and they end up going to the bad neighborhood underwater, where we have straight up Cthulhu-ish Lovecraftian monsters. It's fun stuff. And so, like I said, this is the first book. There is a second book. We have the funeral, and somewhere there's the funeral bot right here. I don't want to show you too much, but in the back of the book, we have all kinds of nice extras, which we don't want to show. Did I break something? No, I didn't, thankfully. You have character designs, background information, and what's cool is a lot of the little in-jokes are actually shared throughout the text, but there's a ton in the back here. Recommended viewing. Pulgasari. I don't think so. I did not enjoy it. Ultra Galaxy Legends Mega Monster Battle, the movie. I have seen that. That's the one where they have hundreds of kaiju and all of the Ultramen, and they got to bring Zero in there. Good times were had by everybody. I remember watching that with the kids on DVD in Japan years ago. We were able to travel there. We get a bunch of early background stuff. We've got a bunch of script pages. We've got a huge cover gallery. I mean, you can't go wrong. Fun times to be had by all. If you dig kaiju, dig prison stories, dig something totally off the beaten path of regular everyday American comics, I gotta give this one a big ol' huge thumbs up and a recommendation. I will attempt to put a link to Amazon down below if you want to check this out. Grab one yourself. I highly recommend it. And hopefully one of these days in the very near future, we will have the second volume up as well. It impressed me that much. I enjoyed it that much that I actually do want to go hunt it down. So yeah, kudos to Mr. Cannon for making such an entertaining book. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching.